Let's go! Bitcoin took a huge drop just 1 hour ago. Today we are going to talk about why Bitcoin is going down because we have some FUD coming out of China. We're also talking about Bitcoin on longer time frames because yes, I did actually get some of my orders filled here on Femex. If you remember a while back, I told you that I was adding a couple of positions over on Femex. So I'm going to update you on that. And also, you are being manipulated, guys. You are being manipulated, and I will show you. I will show you why. So stick around, guys. This is stuff you need to know if you are in crypto. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. Today, we got very important stuff to talk about because you can see that 1 hour ago, Bitcoin took a big drop here. It actually went down from 34,565 all the way down to $32,200. So that was almost a 7% drop within 1 hour. So if we go back and we just look at this a bit more, you can see that yesterday we were actually above the orange line here pretty comfortably. We went down once, we got supported, and we tried to make a push towards the blue line here at 36,137. Didn't manage to break that. But there's something that I think is very interesting when it comes to Bitcoin, which I'm going to talk about soon. But first, let's look at where we are in terms of moving averages. So if I flip on all of the moving averages here on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that we are below all of them. So this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. Now, if I look at this on the daily time frame, you can see that, yeah, we had a death cross. We have already talked about that, but still we are below all of the moving averages also on the daily time frame. So these signs are telling us to be cautious, but the most important thing telling us to be cautious or told us to be cautious is if we go back to the 4-hourly time frame here, this red line up here at $42,000. As you remember, I told you that this red line, this is not where you should get into a trade because people were really bearish down here at $30,000. We went up and people were all of a sudden becoming very bullish all of a sudden, saying that we should get into a trade right here. And I told you, no, this is not where you get into a trade. You don't get into a trade at $42,000. We are most likely going to get rejected at $42,000. The only way we can move above this level and make a clean break is if we are having a huge short squeeze. And we looked at the amount of shorts and they were increasing, but we didn't see that big short squeeze, meaning that we weren't going to break the $42,000 level. So what's the next thing to do if we don't break the $42,000 level? Well, we just continue with our strategy. And, I buy down here at $30,000 because I think that this is still going to be a very strong level to buy at. I think that this is most likely going to hold if we get down to this again. And so this is why a couple of videos ago, let me show you which one it was. I think it was this one posted 1 week ago. Could be wrong, but nonetheless, I told you about my buy-in levels. And you can see that I have filled one of my buy-in levels here. The next level to fill is at 30,800, 30,000 and down to 28 and 26. Basically within the vicinity of this red line and this orange box. So I'm trying to also catch a wick if we go down here a bit and then we just go up again. So I'm trying to make a trade here, and this has nothing to do with my long-term hodl position. This is just a simple trade, buy down here and then ride it up to $42,000 again and take that profit. It has nothing to do with holding Bitcoin long-term. I have that separatively. So the Bitcoin I intend to hold for the long term has nothing to do with this trade. So I just want to make that super clear. So let's talk about the FUD. Why did we go down? Well, so China's third largest bank, the Agricultural Bank of China, issued a statement on June the 21st stating that it prohibits the use of its services for virtual currency transactions such as Bitcoin. The market began to fall and Ethereum was approaching $2,000. This is the first time a bank issued a relevant statement after the Chinese government requested crackdown on Bitcoin transactions, and other banks may follow up. So in other words, I mean, we already knew that China were about to crack down on Bitcoin in general, but we still did not know exactly how and when they were going to do that, because, you know, there were a lot of laws already prohibiting different use of Bitcoin when it comes to exchanges, of course, but also using Bitcoin overall. But they were not really enforcing it that hard. And so when they released the FUD a couple of weeks ago, people are anticipating them to, enforce that at some point. That was the big difference between the last time you saw that FUD and this time. And so what they said here this time, the Chinese bank's statements are different from the previous ones. One, the central bank it was central bank requested and investigated past behavior, repeated the government's anti-mining, and other banks may follow up. This announcement has now been deleted for unknown reasons. So if you look at this tweet right here, this was the statement, but they deleted it. So what does this mean? I mean, regarding the deletion after publication, there is an explanation that the government may require all banks to publish at the same time in order to create a greater effect. But this is just a guess. A short-term judgment is a bit pessimistic. So, you can expect more FUD here. But this brings me to another thing. Because we know that the amount of shorts had been increasing. The amounts of shorts had been increasing. I covered this multiple times on my channel, that a lot of shorts were being, executed here around $41,000. A lot of shorts. And most of these shorts were on Bitfinex. And this is Bitfinex. You can see the amount of shorts were rapidly rising here. These shorts have now been closed. So these shorts were pretty much closed within the last 24 hours. Most of them, at least, within the last 24 to 48 hours. And Bitfinex is tightly correlated with Chinese whales and Chinese individuals. We already know that. So did they know that this was going to be announced? Chances are they did. But in situations like these, I always try to remember the end game, because even though they can manipulate the price up and down, maybe they know that something is going to be released if they are connected to the individuals who are actually in the knows regarding these things. Of course, they are going to profit from it, because this is still an unregulated market. So, they can do that. But here's the thing, long term, all of these swings to the up and down side, I mean, it's not going to matter. Now, if I take away all of this and I go back, let's go to the daily time frame. You can see the massive bull market right here. Now, if I go back to 2017, the bull run of 2017, we had a lot of FUD, and price, it was swinging dramatically on occasions. I mean, am I going to care about these swings right here? Sure, you can make short-term trades, and this is what we are doing. We're making short-term trades, we're taking advantage of these things. But also, when it comes to the Bitcoin that you're actually hodling, am I going to consider these swings? No, I'm not. So these swings, they are only temporary. And this is my overall thought process, that sure, short term, they can manipulate the price, but long term, they're not going to be able to do that. Last thing I want to cover is traditional markets are actually opening green here. So the futures markets opened up a couple of hours ago, and actually more like 8 hours ago. And you can see this huge green candle here. So this is probably also going to mean that when the markets opens up in 6-8 hours, this is also going to hopefully make the DXY. Oh, the Forex market is already open actually. So you can see that the US dollar is going sideways here. So if this continues to go sideways and trend down, Bitcoin is going to become stronger as well. But I will post a second video today, guys. I will keep you updated. So make sure to subscribe and activate the bell if you are not already doing so. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.